Power on.
Black and white story in a me mind. Yeah. Say we have to analyze it. May I go tell you a little something for white history. Say all they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them a telling of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. Them come out of the mountains and mix up with seed. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, black. It's white, white. But let me tell the story. May I will tell you a little truth about the black history. So the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy. To analyze the truth about we body. We're the first to come up with biology. To analyze the lives in the society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology. To construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology. To analyze the minds in the vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology. To put the rhythm on your soul and make me rock steady. Correction, my friends, with the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Black and white story in my mind. We say we have to analyze it. Black and white story in my mind. In my mind. In my mind. We black and white story in my mind. Say we have to analyze it. May I go tell you a little something about white history. Say all they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them and tell enough of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. They come out of the mountains and mix up the sea. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. May I go tell you a little truth about the black history. So the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy. To analyze the truth about the way body. We're the first to come up with biology. To analyze the life in our society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology. To construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology. To analyze the minds in that vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology. To put the rhythm on your soul and make it rock steady. Correction, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Black and white story in my mind. Yeah.
Greetings, 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 greetings. Black and white story. Yes, that is the name of my song that went up to number 5 on the reggae chart back in 1989, 1990. Woo! Amongst some great people back in those days. I was along some great people back in the days. I was on it back in those days, keeping that consciousness in the minds of the people. I'm turning that particular songs and those lyrics into children's books. So after I finish off this Numerology for mental stability, the children's book of Black and White Story will come out, giving you black and white his story. Please share, like. I'm broadcasting on 4 different platforms today. I'm broadcasting on YouTube at King Simon Presents, Facebook at King Simon, my Facebook public page, King Simon Production, and I am also broadcasting on Twitter That's right. I'm broadcasting a King Simon Prod at Twitter right now. So hey, I'm enjoying every moment of my life. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see that I can broadcast on all these different platforms. I'm enjoying it right now. So yeah, I'm broadcasting on Twitter now for the first time, and on King Simon Productions for the first time on my public page. That's Twitter at King Simon Prod. So if you're a Twitter a holder, then you will see me also on that. And our dear guest will be coming up in the next 10 minutes. We'll be bringing her on with a well-deserved round of applause. Of course, that's what I usually do and does all the time. So enough respect to the sister that we're going to have coming up, and that's Sister Malikah Ali. But you know, I got to make sure I bring up all the sponsors. But first, I want to tell everybody, yes, guess what? This is the one that won. So thank all of those that was texting and emailing me, and this is the winner. This is the book that will be out and about. This will be the front page of my new book, Numerology for Mental Stability. So I want to thank everybody. This was the third one, and I want to thank everybody that has participated in the little test to see which one will be the front page of my book. And guess what? This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. I am so proud of myself. That's right. So those that want to order my new book or pre-order my new book, Numerology for Mental Stability, the price is $40.40, and that includes everything. That includes shipping and handling wherever you may be on the planet Earth, and it will be a signature. Especially if you order the first 100 will have a signature. After that, it's going straight to whatever platform I decide, and then you'll be able to order from there. And remember, if you want to pre-order the book, please do it via paypal.me/the Numerology. That's paypal.me/the Numerology. And please include your name and your mailing address in the PayPal note so I can definitely send it out to you. So I want to thank everybody again. Once again, those that participated. This is the front cover in the book, and I'm going to try to infuse my face in this front cover. So it is what it is. It won't be this face, but I'm going to infuse my face. I'm going to talk to the graphic artist, and we're going to infuse that face right there on Numerology for Mental Stability. All right, guess what? I got something coming up next, and I would like to share with everybody. Coming up next right here on King Simon Presents. That's right, coming up next on King Simon Presents. And also on August the 2nd, just confirmed, I got Adinka Butler coming up. Ooh, that's going to be hardcore journalist. Adinka Butler is coming up right here. But I want to surprise everybody right now with what I have coming up right now. And I'm going to show this right now on my page. Boom. On Wednesday, July the 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we got Baba Emwalimu Baruti. He's going to be in the building with his Empress. Ya Baruti will be in the building. That's right. They are both going to be in the building, and we're going to have a great time. Dr. Baruti and his wife, Empress Ya Baruti, will be in the building. The founders of the Akobin Institute in Atlanta, Georgia, celebrating 20 years. And on August the 2nd, we got Adinka Butler. He is the author of The Treasures of Darkness, Living Jewels for Spiritual Resurrection by Adinka Butler. So he will be here on August the 2nd. So we're going to turn up the heat, family. We're going to turn up the heat. I'm telling you. I can't wait to have Dr. Baruti and his wife on this channel. Man, this is going to be something else. I'm telling you, it's going to be something else. Also, let me bring up some other sponsors that have some great product. And those who want to advertise, you're more than welcome to advertise. I have a very reasonable rate. All you have to do is text me at 347-496-1022. But those that want to get in contact with a natural gynecologist, you're tired of using chemicals and all the other stuff, this sister balance it out with alternative means. She might not tell you to get away from a lot of the the allopathic medicine, but she tries to wean you off. And if you want to do a consultation with her, whatever, Dr. McCabe is a beautiful sister, and her website is pedalwise.com. That's pedalwise.com. You can save 10% with the coupon code KING2020. That's my coupon code, KING2020, at www.pedalwise.com. So those that want to deal with their vaginal needs or breast problems or whatever that's going on in your body, or you just want a consultation on how to adapt and how to feel better by eating properly and all the different stuff. She's also a natural acupuncturist, and she helps out with holistic means across the board. And she's also good with viral problems and stuff that's going with your lungs and your respiratory system. You can contact this sister and do a consultation with her, and you can book your consultation via www.pedalwise.com. That's pedalwise.com. And tell her King Simon sent you. That's how this thing works, man. We are family. Also, those who want to get property throughout the New York tri-state area or learn how to build your credit so you can get property, this is a licensed real estate salesperson. She can help you. I've known her for 15 years. Very good family member, very good friend. And her number is 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. So if you want to get your property or rent a house or rent a building or get commercial property, whatever you want to do, or get an Airbnb, this sister can help you out. Her name is Janelle Lewis, and her number is 347-866-1153. Also, if you want to do a numerovation session with me, boom, guess what? You can text me your full name and date of birth. It's 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. If you want to text, want to do a numerovation session. Remember, I don't do readings. I do consultation and advisory sessions because I want you to actually maximize and activate the numbers that are connected to your birthday and your name. So, because the study of numbers or the study of numerology is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will work for you. It is African in origin. Be under no illusion. Pythagoras went away for 22 years, studied amongst the darker hue people, and then brought it back to his people, and then was called the father of numerology or father of mathematics. Let's get it straight. He went and studied and then became a father. Come on now. Where did he study to that? Let's get that straight first and foremost. And if you want to get my books, you can go to Amazon and Kindle. That's Amazon and Kindle. My 3 books right now are on Amazon and Kindle. And you can get this book. This is Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. And it's published by Dr. Afrika, Charles Publishing, and Dr. Llaila Afrika are my publishers, him and his wife, the late, great Dr. Llaila Afrika. Also, this book is also published by him and his wife also, but you can get all my books on Amazon and Kindle. No promotion is bad promotion, and all publicity is good publicity. Just spell my name right. And the final one is Numbers Are Simple. Our children's health is important. Using the numbers to recognize what possible ailments can come on you or follow you in your numerical path. So pay attention. And please, 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 King Simon Presents always asks for you to subscribe, and click on the bell to be notified. Like I said, I'm broadcasting on 4 different platforms right now. That's Twitter. I'm broadcasting on King Simon. I'm broadcasting on Facebook and King Simon Production on Facebook, and also on YouTube. And big up to those that I see logging in on Facebook. Karma, what's up, Karma? Anika, big up to you, my sister. Big up to Lasagna, Isis, of course, Bassett. Big up to all of you on YouTube that's logging in. Enough respect to you wherever you're logging in from. Big up, big up, big up, big up. And enough respect to each and every one of you that are tuning in wherever you may. Remember, share, like. Please, please, please. Don't let me start sounding like James Brown in here. Please, please, please. Please befriend me on Facebook and IG. That's King Simon Productions. Twitter on King Simon Prod, or Cash App me. Also, if you want to send some monetary love at King Simon 3158. And also you could PayPal me at King Simon. That's paypal.me/King Simon, or paypal.me/the Numerovator. You're more than welcome to do all of that. And scrolling below, Please like, share, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube. And don't forget, I do have a Patreon page. That's patreon.com/King Simon Productions and KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com or King Simon Productions or KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com also, and NumbersAreSimple.com. You can also find all of my materials on NumbersAreSimple.com. Also, let's see. This is one prayer I love to say. This is Dr. Delbert Blair's prayer. If you don't know who Dr. Delbert Blair is, please, he was one of the first, one of the metaphysic masters that was doing their thing alongside Phil Valentine and various other people. So big up to the late, great Dr. Delbert Blair. And this one is called, Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only your truth and love, and your love now, by Dr. Delbert Blair. Enough respect to the late, great Dr. Blair, who I've dreamt about numerous times and sat in classes in the astral realm. So enough respect to him. It is now 7 o'clock. We're waiting for the sister to come up, and then we're going to bring her up momentarily. Guess what, family? I am going to be teaching a class soon. We're going to be teaching a class. That's right. That's right. A one-day King Simon's one-day numerovation intro class. Go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com on August the 10th. That's when it will be up. And the class will be on August the 30th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It may go longer depending on the Q&A. So depending on the Q&A, it will go longer. So I see my sister backstage. The time is now to bring her on. And before we bring her on with a well-deserved round of applause, I want to read the bio from off of her website, which is Supreme Health with Malikah Ali, but it's MalikahAli.com. Now, Malikah Ali is a psychotherapist and a certified holistic health consultant. She was personally taught and trained by the world-renowned doctor of naturopathy, the one, the only Dr. Llaila Afrika. In addition to her holistic health certification, she is a graduate of Temple University and also holds an Ivy League master's degree from Bryn Mawr College and University of Pennsylvania in social work, clinical therapy. With a strong focus on prevention, her mission is to help clients attain supreme health by improving the functions of the mind, body, and spirit through an integrated holistic healing approach. Her passion for holistic health started 20 years ago when she personally transitioned to a plant-based diet and began her education in herbal treatment. Without further ado, we're going to welcome on the stage of King Simon Presents the one, the only Malikah, sister Malikah Ali in the building. Let me remove this, and let me remove this, and let me keep this and get this out of the way also. And we're going to welcome our beautiful sister right now, right here on King Simon Presents. What's up? Assalamu alaikum, sister. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, King Simon. How are you?
I am wonderful, my beautiful sister. Well, we are broadcasting on multiple streams. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook at King Simon Production and King Simon, and we are on YouTube. So we're on 4 different places. I'm looking at you on Twitter right now. People are logged in on Twitter.
Really?
Facebook
nice.
right now. People are logged in on Facebook. and a lot of people, a lot of people don't know that you're also a sacred woman practitioner too, from under Queen Afua. You studied under Queen Afua also.
I did for 3 months. I had the honor and privilege of being under her tutelage for about 3 or 4 months in her home. So that was wonderful. Not, it was a group of us sisters that went through that rites of passage, the Sacred Woman training, and it was absolutely amazing.
Right.
Yes.
And of course, in your bio, you said you got taught directly by Dr. Llaila Afrika and his wife. How was that teaching? Just Doc himself.
That was a phenomenal experience.
Yes.
Yes. It was very personal. It was hands-on. He took his time and meticulously explained to me the science of holistic healing.
Mm.
He explained to me the power of plants and
Mm.
how degenerative illness can be effectively reversed
Mm.
by using natural means,
Mm. Mm.
plant-based nutrition, herbs, and then also something that he and I had in common. He
Mm.
also was a psychotherapist.
Mm.
And as you know, I'm a licensed psychotherapist in the state of New York. So,
Yeah.
you know, he educated me on the importance of always incorporating mental health in the wellness plan.
Mm.
Okay. So I'm very, very passionate about people being healthy in the mind as well as in the body.
Mm.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you for having me too,
and
King
you're welcome,
Simon.
sis. You know that also, I met you at Dr. Sabi's wife's place at Ma years ago,
Hmm.
about almost 10 years ago. And how
Right.
was that experience learning under Ma? Because you used to go to her classes also. Because you got a multiple dimensions of different health and healing. So how was that working with Ma and going to her classes?
Well, her classes, they also took place in her home at
Yes.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
And she would do these beautiful cooking demonstrations,
Mm-hmm.
educating us about the proper cooking methods, proper food combining. She talked extensively about alkaline foods and
Mm-hmm.
the importance of making sure that we consume enough alkaline foods within our bodies. She has a very soft, gentle, but yet powerful presence.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned a lot from her as well. Yes.
I'm so proud of it because when I met you and you, I met her and her beautiful daughter, and I gotta tell this story about that daughter of yours because she has the vegan love brownies that will make your mouth
Right.
water. And one time, family, let me tell you something. One time I went to, I believe I came to pick up some of the brownies and all that kind of stuff, and her daughter was praying over the brownies, and that
Hmm.
touched me so much because it just showed me the quality of the person that taught her moms, and just her being that sensitive enough to pray over the brownies. That showed me that she was very serious about what she did and how she did things. Tell the audience a little bit about those vegan love brownies by your beautiful daughter, man. Please.
Well,
I love promoting her business. I love promoting her business.
yeah, I appreciate that, King Simon. So, my daughter has been baking since she was 8 years old.
Yes.
Um, she's a natural. She uses all organic, wholesome ingredients. And yeah, she's been really consistent over the years. And I think it was you that pointed out that coincidentally she was born on National Brownie Day. And I
Yes.
always thought that that was very
Yes.
interesting. But
Yes.
I thank you. I thank you for the support that you've extended her and the community as well. The community has been very supportive of her as a young entrepreneur. So I
Right. And
appreciate that. Yes.
please, if you don't believe me, she's born on that day, December 8th. And if you Google it up right now, which I just do it, National Brownie Day, December the 8th. I'm like,
Hmm.
how? There's no coincidence. It's only synchronicity. Only
Right.
synchronicity. So she
Absolutely.
has done what she had to do, and I'm so honored. And I always, every time her daughter's there, I like to shout her out or bring her on stage and big her up. Ever since she was a child, and now she's all grown up and doing her thing, man. So I'm so proud of
Yes,
what
I'm
she
very
what she's
proud of her. I'm
accomplishing.
very proud of
Yes,
her. And she's a straight A
yes,
student, so I couldn't be more
yes, yes.
proud.
And
Absolutely.
a martial artist. So I love that.
And a martial artist. Yes, since the age of
Right.
5. Yes.
Yes, since the age
Hmm.
of 5. That's right. She trained on a few people that I knew, so that's interesting. Now, before I
Absolutely.
want to get into the business, the monetary. If you want to show our sister Malika some monetary love, You can go to Zelle payment info, Malika Ali. Her business number is 718-600-9199. That's 718-600-9199. That's 9199. And her PayPal is the email used, Malika Ali at live. And then her website for products, because she got a lot of herbal products, a lot of great stuff on her website. That's www.malikaali.com. On IG, that's Supreme Health Malika. And on FB, that's Malika Ali. If you want to contact with her and get some consultation, because she does consultation, health consultation, and all of that over the phone is so important. And I can't wait for her book to come out, because I always encourage her to write a book. Always did that.
I'm working on it. It's definitely coming. Yes, sir.
Well, Malika,
yes.
First of all, this particular broadcast is going to be very important, because this is dealing with building the immunity. And I know, I recall you. Woo, the lightning's coming. I love it. I recall that you studied books by Nwata Ashby and different other people, but you have, like I said, you have multiple of different disciplines under you, especially also being under the teachings and tutelage of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, dealing with the how to eat to live, which is so important to me also, because that's been a part of my walk. Now, building immunity, how does it start with our people? Because a lot of people have lost their way in regards to building their immunity. And a lot of people don't even understand what the immune system is. So please, from your perspective and from your studies, please explain what the immune system is and how can our people start learning to build it slowly.
Okay. Please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the wonderful introduction also. So that's a very important question, because we often hear a lot of discussion about the immune system, but some of us may not be clear on what that is. So I'm just going to offer a concise definition, keeping it nice and simple, because I know there's a whole lot that we have to get to. Right. So the immune system is a complex network of cells and protein that work together collaboratively to defend your body from infection. That's exactly what it is in the most simplistic way. Okay? So it's a complex network of cells and protein that works together collaboratively to defend your body from infection. And it's innate, it's natural. We are born with it. And it is the superior vaccine. Okay, so I know there's a lot of controversy about the vaccines, but I want to remind everyone that we do have an innate vaccine already, and it is called the immune system. That's very, very important. And I wanted to focus on how we can naturally boost our immune system. Okay, but before we even get to that, we have to first look at, well, what's compromising our immune system? What are we doing, perhaps inadvertently, that is weakening the immune system? Okay, so before we begin to build, we have to look at what's really happening here on a daily basis that is causing our immune system to be compromised. Okay, and so the main thing that we're going to look at tonight is the diet, of course. Of course. We can't circumvent diet. Diet is so essential. In fact, Dr. Afrika said that what keeps us sick and what ultimately undermines our immune system is the junk food diet. And the autosuppressive drugs. And I'm referring to pharmaceuticals, right? And so the irony is we're taking these pharmaceuticals, right, in an effort to heal ourselves. And in the process, there's a lot of damage that's being done. Now, my disclaimer, of course, is if you are on medication, please don't stop taking it, not on your own. That is something that you need to consult with your doctor. And you two can come up with a treatment plan and explore whether there's any helpful alternatives. So I want to say that first and foremost. But I must be totally transparent with you in saying that drugs do have a litany of side effects. And one of those effects is that it can most certainly weaken the immune system. Okay. And it causes a lot of stress on the mind, stress on the body. Okay. So let me say this, for those of us that are on the standard American diet, which unfortunately is the majority of us, what we have to understand is that the standard American diet weakens your immune system flat out, even without the pharmaceuticals, even without the stressful job or the stressful relationships or whatever you may be going through in your life. We're already on the losing end when we're on the standard American diet. And so that's very key. We have to look at that, you know, because the standard American diet is heavily comprised with a plethora of acidic foods, mucus forming foods. And we know that that is the prerequisite for disease. It is the main causative factor for disease.
Right.
You wanted to say something, Simon?
Yeah, but you know, this standard American diet, as you know, even the messenger have spoken about, Dr. Afrika, Dr. Sabi, all of these people have spoken about. A lot of people need to transition. A lot of people need to wean off of this stuff. You know, it's hard to tell a grandmother or grandfather who has eaten a certain way for at least 60 or 70 more years to change, you know? And I remember Dr. Afrika in the interview said, you know, food has not been food since for the last 50 years. We haven't been eating real food in 50 years. You know what I'm saying? So in your consultations, how do you help to transition a lot of these people that was grown up or was taught by mama or nana how to eat this bad way, but now it's time for them to change because it's really affecting their bodies over the time? And now that, you know, because a lot of us is the weapon of mass destruction is what we was taught by our parents, and now it's with us. How do you help a lot of our people to transition out of the food that they've been eating to a more wholesome and holistic way of eating? All right.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
I think we're having delays. Yeah, something's going on. I want to let everybody know there's a major storm going on out here, so a lot going on. Let me see if we could bring her back up. Yeah, I think it's that she's coming off of her phone. I'm coming through the Ethernet. So those that are still tuning in, you know, we're gonna find out what happened because, like I said, I'm waiting to bring her back up as soon as she come in. Yeah, there's a major storm and a lot of stuff. I know my light was blinking earlier, so but I know she's in the area also. So we'll wait till our dear sister in on the meeting. Meantime, and in between time, remember show her some monetary love, Zelle payment, and that's Malikah Ali. She probably went off to come on. She went off to come back on. That's cool. 718-600-9199. That's 718-600-9199. And her PayPal is Malikah Ali at Live. Her website for her products is www.malikaali.com. And her IG is Supreme Health Malika. And FB is Malika Ali. You know, she wants to really go in there. And she started explaining it. You go down and this is all about. And I'm just happy to have us to know sisters like her that are able to explain these type of things. And of course, work with a lot of that she mentioned. From Dr. After everybody knows. I work with him. I work with Dr. Sabi. I work with Kung Fu. I've read some Ashley's work, who deals with kinetic diet. I have books on him, but it's very important. Like she said, in regards to this show does have a disclaimer on it, just in case people try to use things against us. But I do have to remind people that this show does have a disclaimer in case of emergencies, in the case of people can be so petty nowadays. So content and disclaimer, views and the comments and opinions expressed by guests and speakers and authors on this channel does not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel broadcast and its sponsors. So sister has come back. Let me bring her back in. I do see her, and let's remove that and bring her back on. Beautiful sister Malika, you hear me?
Yes, I'm here, beloved, and I can hear you just fine. Yes, indeed.
As you can see, there's a storm in Brooklyn. We both live in Brooklyn, so there's a major thing passing through. So we're losing signal every now and then.
Yes, lots of thunder and lightning.
But it's a beautiful thing. I call it liquid sunshine. So I'm loving it. I'm loving
it. Yes.
Sunshine. You got my question. Did you get my question?
And what I was saying is that I'm very sensitive to the fact that, we are often consuming foods, right? Or we think that they're foods, but like Dr. Suzar said, they're really drugs masquerading as food. So we're dealing with a lot of addiction here, right? And I was just, speaking on Facebook Live last week, and I had shared with everyone that I do have a clinical background in psychotherapy, substance abuse therapy, and that I'm very aware of the correlation. I'm very aware of how these processed foods, sugar in particular, is highly addictive. And so you have to treat a food addiction in a very similar fashion in the way that you would treat other chemical addictions, such as drugs and alcohol, right? So, everyone is different. Some people are really motivated and strong-willed. They exercise a lot of discipline, and they're able to cut things right away. Then you have others that really need to be groomed into it, and they gradually walk into their wellness, and that's fine too. Either way is fine, right? As long as you get to the destination of better health. That's what it's about. So if you have to go on a more gradual path, that's fine. I accommodate that, and I'll work with you. And if you're someone that can just jump right into it, that's also fine. So, everyone's different. But I wanted to get into how a person can tell that they have a compromised immune system.
Please. Go ahead.
All right? Because there may be people listening and they may feel like, well, I don't need to boost my immune system. I'm fine. I'm healthy.
Right.
But there are some telltale signs that we should look at to determine whether we really do have an issue, right? And so one of the dead giveaways, pardon my expression, is that a person is suffering from chronic fatigue. Okay, that's been normalized. But it's not normal. It's not normal that you sleep for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm talking about if you get a full night's rest and by 11 o'clock you're tired, there's something wrong there. There's something very, very wrong. And that can be indicative of a weak immune system. Also, high levels of stress. If you're a person that is always feeling stressed out, maybe you work at a very demanding job and there's a lot of stress there, or, some of us are in very stressful home environments, right? There's dysfunction going on at home. Sometimes there's abuse. There's a lot of different things happening behind closed doors. And if you're subjected to a lot of stress at home, and some people are subjected to stress at home and at work, so they never get any relief. That compromises the immune system. For sure, it weakens your body's defenses because you're under attack constantly. That stress, that tension, that acrimony right? The arguing, the pressure from the deadlines, right? This is stress. So that's another sign, okay? A third one would be if you are always sick. Oh, I got a headache again, right? You
Right.
constantly have these migraines. You want to pay attention to that. If you get colds easy, if you get flus, a lot of muscular pain, indigestion, constipation. See, sometimes, well, the constipation is, we can get into that, but that's a full discussion. But that's a huge problem for many people. Most people are not moving their bowels in accordance to the amount of times that they eat, and that's a problem. Okay, constipation in itself is a disease, but we can get into that. Also, flatulence, right? Something that is obviously not talked about often. But if you are passing gas all day long, that indicates a few things, right? Poor food combining, sluggish, lethargic digestion, constipation, and weakened immune system. Okay, shouldn't be passing gas all day, and we certainly shouldn't be, eating multiple meals and maybe moving your bowels a few times a week. And yes, I do have people that have that problem. All right. And if you do have that problem, it's nothing to be ashamed about. Get some help. You can call me 718-600-9199. I'll help you with that. Because no, this is very serious, Simon. People are walking around with pounds, 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds of impacted fecal matter. And they're irritable and they're nasty because they're constipated. So it's going to affect how you feel about yourself. It's going to affect how you relate with other people. It most certainly is going to affect your productivity because it makes you tired, right? So, also if you have a lot of infections, ear infections, I know that's more common amongst babies, but adults get ear infections too. So if you have a lot of infections, pneumonia, things like that, we want to look at these things and we want to really ask ourselves some key questions. Is my diet comprised of foods that weaken my immune system? And I'm going to tell you, in many instances, the answer is yes. Emphatically yes, right? Not a good thing. So if we're eating a lot of sugar, and I talked a lot about sugar on Facebook last week. Why? Because that is the number one food-like substance that people are addicted to. Okay? It is not a food. It is an edible product that is totally devoid of nutrients. And I'm going to tell you what else it does. When you consume a lot of sugar, not only is it going to weaken your immune system, but it causes premature aging, saggy skin. It attacks the collagen in your skin. So it literally causes premature wrinkling, that saggy look. Right? We shouldn't be looking this way in our 20s and 30s and 40s, even 50s and 60s, to be honest. We should be youthful. We should be radiant. We should be agile. We should have plenty of energy. So when we're not feeling this way, when every day we wake up and it's like, oh, another day, I'm so tired, we have to look at the diet. We have to look at our lifestyle. What is going on in our day-to-day life that is causing us to feel this way? This is what we have to look at. So before we even begin to go into how to build the immune system, we have to examine what's already happening so that we can put that to a halt. Okay? So that's very important. Did you have any other questions before I move on? Because I can keep going.
No,
once I get started.
I want I want you to keep on going. I want to make sure everybody shows this sister some love and go to her website, her products at www.malikaali.com. You want to call her for a consultation because she's not going to break down the whole thing for you, because we want you to actually go and support our sister and actually get a consultation with her, because as you can see, she has a very caring spirit, a very commanding spirit, and a very energetic spirit that can help at least you know she's coming from love. She's coming from love, and that's the place that you, in order for a healer to help facilitate healing, or somebody that's going to help facilitate healing, they have to come from love. It's not how much they know, it's how much they care. That's really important. So please support her. Hit her up on PayPal, Instagram, all of that, but give her a call if you want to do a consultation, and don't be ashamed. She's not going to shame you. And all consultations are confidential. Please know that. Even mine. So all of that. Hers is confidential. Believe that. I've sent people to her, so I know it is what it is. All right. All right. Go ahead, sister.
Yes.
Continue and keep working on that. And also show what the messenger taught and how it all connects together with what you learned from Dr. Afrika and everybody else. Please just mesh it all together.
Yeah. Oh, of course. You know, I was saying last week on Facebook, that I refer to How to Eat to Live book 1 and book 2 as my Bible. Those are books. I don't care how many times you've read those books. Every time you read those books, you will get something new out of it. It serves as a constant reinforcing reminder that we should be doing 1 meal a day. And so that leads me to another point that I wanted to mention. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad emphasized vehemently the law, really, right? Which is 1 meal a day. And it's so powerful. Why is it powerful? When you're consuming 1 meal a day, you give your body enough time to recover. You give your body enough time to process foods efficiently, to really break it down and digest it thoroughly. Also, when you're eating multiple times throughout the day, again, you are stressing your organs. And in doing that, once again, we weaken the immune system. So this is very serious. You know, it's not a suggestion. It's not a suggestion. It's not a recommendation. You should eat 1 meal a day. No. This is a mandate. This is something that we really need to take more seriously. And you can, once again, work your way up to it. If you're used to eating 4 meals a day, go down to 3. Master that. Go down to 2 meals a day. And then you'll be at your 1 meal between 4 and 6 p.m. That's so important. It's so important, because we are overeating to the point where we are causing unnecessary stress, preventable diseases we're getting, and premature death. It's literally shortening our life. So again, we want to give up the sugar, the refined sugar, not the sugar you find in fruits. Not sugar that comes from whole food sources. Those are good. Those are good, right? Some gurus say, oh, no, don't eat fruit. Fruit makes you fat. That's absurd. That's absurd. Fruit does not make you fat. It makes you healthy. Why? Because of the phytochemicals that fruit has, and vegetables have them too, right? And those are 0-calorie nutrients that nourish our cells and protect us from disease, particularly cancer. Okay, they thwart off the free radicals in our body. So this is very important. So we want to avoid the concentrated foods. That's what breaks down the immune system. Sugar, main one. Too much sodium in the diet, right? So let me just explain that for a second.
Go ahead.
No one, and I mean no one, should be consuming white table salt under no circumstances. This is why restaurant eating can be dangerous, Trust and believe. If you're in the habit of visiting a lot of restaurants, please understand that you are putting yourself in a precarious situation. Now, there are some exceptions, the healthy ones, right? But these mainstream restaurants, your TGI Fridays, and all these other establishments that we like to go to, they load the food with sodium. Way too much. Way too much. And it's causing hypertension, it's causing diabetes, it's causing obesity when the average restaurant meal can be as many as 4,000 calories. One meal. Okay. And so here's the thing, I'm going to say this too. If you want to use salt, and some salt is healthy in your diet, yes, you want to use the Himalayan pink sea salt, which is all natural. It's mineral rich. You still want to use it sparingly, right? You don't want to put copious amounts of salt on your food. And it's actually better to add a little salt after you've cooked it, not during. Because when you add salt during the cooking process, there's a tendency to use more salt than necessary. So you want to wait until it's cooked, and then you can just sprinkle just a bit, not too much, just a little. A little goes a long way when you're using natural salts anyway, okay? The other concentrated food that I've been talking about a whole lot, and the reason why I do is because it's so insidious, right? And that is cooking oil. Cooking oil. So most oils are genetically modified. That's a problem. They're calorically dense, and they're very fattening. Why? Because there's 120 calories per tablespoon, about 14 grams of fat per tablespoon. And people are using tremendous amounts of oil when they cook. Way too much. A quarter cup, a half a cup, sometimes a whole cup. And this is not good. This is not heart healthy. Okay. So all of these concentrated foods, the processed foods, the refined foods, I call them drug foods. They're addictive, and we don't get much of a return at all. We do not. And what I mean by that is these foods are devoid of nutrients. Okay. So we're eating these foods strictly for the purpose of satisfying our palate, but not to take care of our real nutritional needs. That's not what's happening. So, the Snickers, the Twizzlers, all these snacks we're having, it's robbing us of our good health, also robbing us of our beauty. Okay. And I know that's important to many of us, how we look, our appearance. Of course it's important.
Right.
Because it has a direct effect on your self-esteem. So I'm not saying this for shallow reasons.
Right.
As a psychotherapist, I deal with mental illness. I deal with people who are chronically depressed, who have low self-esteem. And many of them are not realizing, prior to our work, they're not realizing that the diet is causing depression. It's causing depression. Anything that's causing depression weakens your immune system. So depression itself weakens the immune system. If you are suffering from major depression and you don't have an emotional support system, you need to reach out for help. Yes, you do. I know that mental health support has been taboo in our community for decades, but those days are done. It's about wellness today, holistic wellness. If you feel like taking your life, don't just tough it out. You need to talk to somebody. We get that tough it out mentality from the plantation because we weren't able to heal. We just, got beat and suffered from all this trauma. And then we had to go back out into the fields like everything was everything. So that's where that comes from. That's a generational curse that we suffer from. Okay. But now we have to do things different from what we are taught. It is essential to your wellness to develop skills in emotional literacy. Talk about the way you feel. If someone you love, a family member, a close friend, asks you, Simon, how you doing today? Don't say I'm okay if you're not okay. First of all, okay is not even a feeling. You want to actually identify how you're feeling. How are you really doing? Develop that emotional literacy, because that in itself is therapeutic. And again, I'm referring to if someone close to you asks that question, someone that you are close to, tell them. Tell them what you're going through. Don't keep it suppressed. That's disease. That's disease. When you bottle up those feelings, when you don't address unresolved trauma, you are in a disease state, regardless of what the diet is. See, we need all of these components of health. We need the diet, of course, to be plant-based and wholesome. And we need our mental health to be intact as well. We can't leave it out.
Right.
Yes.
Now, would you say, those that are just tuning in, please share this vital information of what I've got to call her Dr. Malika, because I know she deserves to do that. I know she needs to do that. Dr. Malika, I'm putting that in your universe right now. You know, please share this video. I see there's 51 people in there, 60 people in a live, but share, like to build the algorithm so more people can experience what's going on. And what, you know, Malika, a lot of our sister Malika, a lot of our people are starstruck. You know, they'll come when the Phil Valentines and when the Dr. Afrikas and the Dr. Sabies, but one time they were at their beginning stage also, and you got to respect. I've been known for as a promoter for years, promoting the new artists as well as the seasoned artists, so to speak. So I need all of you to show this, what we call a new person who's been in it for quite a while, but she's you know, now she's amalgamating into the media world as far as trying to, you know, give her all and help teach, because it's time for her to do this. It's time for her to do this, and the elders are moving on. So I'm saying this is very, very important that you share this video, because she has a lot of pertinent information. And I wanted to ask, before we go to the Q&A, because I'm going to bring some people up. I'm going to make sure people ask their questions in the chat. You got mental health and you got physical health. What should they work on first, Malika? What should they work on? Because I know I went through some mental depression at one time, to the point I almost took my life at 3 times. And it's not new on my channel. I told people that numerous times. I almost took my life 3 times, and or was thinking about it. So what should they work on first? Should it be the mental or the physical health first, please?
Well, see, it's a simultaneous effort. Okay. You really don't have to pick one over the other.
Right.
Okay. And it really is a case by case thing. Some people are severely ill and they don't have the option to walk into it gradually, right? So we have to take immediate action. But what I mean is, when you start to clean up your diet, by default, you start to improve your mental health, because you're removing the foods that are conducive to depression, that are conducive to anxiety disorder. You see that? Sugar causes anxiety disorder, or it exacerbates it. Same for depression. When you work on the diet, you are working on your mental health. Now, let's say if you are a person that has a lot of excess weight and you're striving to lose weight, well, guess what? When you start to eat a nutrient-dense, plant-based, whole foods diet, 1 meal a day, you're going to naturally lose weight. You're going to naturally lose weight. You don't even have to focus on what does it say on the scale. Of course, you want to be aware. I understand that. But you don't have to fixate on the scale. You need to fixate what's on your plate. Focus on that. Okay. So, you know, the focus goes hand in hand. This is why I love holistic health. because unlike allopathic westernized medicine, you have to go to a different doctor, right? You go to your PCP for your physical health care. Then you have to go and see a psychologist or a social worker for your mental health, right? And then, you might go somewhere else for your spiritual wellness. But holistic health embodies all of that. All of that. So we work on all life areas. It's a multi-dimensional, integrative approach. So we don't have to choose. We're going to do it all. You work with me, we're going to do it all. So I really want to get in, because I know that people want answers.
Right.
They want to know, okay, we covered the foods, and of course the animal flesh.
Right.
I didn't even get to that part yet. The animal flesh, in addition to those concentrated, refined foods, need to be eliminated.
Okay.
Some people are not going to be willing to give up the animal flesh yet. And what I say to those beautiful people is reduce it. Because even if you want to maintain a meat-based diet, which is your prerogative, you certainly don't need to consume it every day. Come on. It's too much. It's too much. And there's no healing properties in meat. You see, whenever we start talking about natural healing, you're going to hear us talk about plants, right? You're going to hear us talk about vegetables that are vibrant and rich in color, right? You're not going to hear about you need to increase your intake of chicken if you're trying to get over hypertension, or if you're trying to get over diabetes. No. Those are not even healing foods. Okay? They're acidic. They're acidic. And you're using drugs to make those foods. Talking about the animal flesh, you're using drugs to even make them palatable. Because in truth, they really don't taste good unless you add drugs to it. Unless you're putting sugar, salt, oil, some sort of chemical on it. That's the only way it's going to be palatable, right? So that should tell you something. Because you can eat a salad all by itself and it'll be delectable. It'll be so good and so nourishing and so satiating. You will not be hungry on a plant-based diet. Now, if you want to get into what are the immune system boosters,
yes,
what can we do to naturally boost our immune system without putting these foreign chemicals in our bodies? This is important. Why is it important? Because your health is your own responsibility. Okay? And so this is well within our purview. We have to get out of this habit of running to the doctor, running to the hospital, running to the CVS or the Walgreens, and taking these toxic OTC medications that are not curative. It's pacification all day long. And in the process of pacifying the symptoms, we're even causing more disease courtesy of the side effects. That's what's happening. So we need to make the necessary changes. So immune system boosters, let's get right to it. Let's get right to it, right? We need foods that are rich in vitamin C. We need that, beloveds. We need that. What are those foods? Citrus fruits, right? Most people know that. Oranges are rich in vitamin C. Lemons, limes, tangerines, grapefruits. These fruits are very rich in vitamin C. Vitamin C is a natural immunity. Our body doesn't produce it. We have to consume foods that have vitamin C. Okay? I'm going to tell you what else vitamin C does. And this is why I said that we're really approaching both mental health and physical health at the same time. 400 milligrams of vitamin C combats depression. The average orange, let's say a medium-sized orange, has about 75, 80 milligrams of vitamin C. So you eat a few oranges every day. Don't go get those tablets from the Walmart. Cancel that. Don't get that. Don't go to Walgreens or GNC and get these vitamin C supplements. They are inferior. And most of that is
Mhm.
going to be passed through the urine and the stool anyway. It's a ripoff. Skip the middleman, right? The messenger talks about this,
Mhm.
about these artificial vitamins. We don't need them. Skip
Mhm.
the middleman and get the vitamins from the natural source. Where do you think they get the vitamins from?
Mm. Mm.
Where, right?
Mm. That's right.
They get it from the food. They add toxic chemicals to it. They add hardening agents to it. They
Mhm.
add preservatives to it so that it has this long shelf life. Because again, it's about maximizing profit margins. It's not
Mhm.
about your health. This is why I say you be responsible for your health. Get the citrus fruits. Not only citrus fruits, you might not like citrus fruits. Guess what else you can have? Red bell peppers.
Mhm.
Red bell peppers perhaps even have, I think it's about 130 milligrams in one bell pepper.
Mhm.
130 milligrams of vitamin C. Did you know that for most COVID patients, when
Mhm.
you go to the hospital, they're prescribing you with vitamin C? Why is that? Think about it. Why
Mhm.
is that? Why are they prescribing you with vitamin C? It's almost a subtle way of saying, you know what? You have to go to nature
Mhm.
to heal.
Mhm.
It's a very subtle admission of that.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's look at food as our medicine because that's precisely what it should be.
Mhm.
Hence the reason why we need to avoid empty calorie foods because our body doesn't benefit from it at
Mhm.
all.
Mhm. Mhm.
You wanted to say something, Simon?
No, I just want to make sure that,
No?
no, people might want to have questions. That's all. People might want to
Okay.
have questions.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure. I don't want you to go too deep.
Okay.
I just want you to tease them and feed them a little bit, and let them come and get that consultation and do what they have to do with you, my sister, because it's important. You have a business
Yes.
that is helping other people, and you're in the business of helping others. So, but like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's not how much you know, it's how much you care. And I know you've been taught by various teachers that cared about our people. So I think it's very important. Now,
That's right.
I see people that have questions, and I'm going to post them up. If you can see them, beautiful. If you can't see them, I'll read them off to you. What did you want to finish? Did you want to finish off on your point real quick before we go?
I mean, yeah, well, I have, many suggestions in terms of
Right.
foods that help to strengthen the immune system. But, if you would like me to take questions, either way is fine. I'm
Okay.
okay.
Okay. No problem. Let's do that. Let's do what you wanted to say first, and then right after you finish that, then we go into the question.
Hmm.
Okay, because I think that's
Okay.
important. All right, go ahead.
It is important. It is important. So we spoke about the citrus fruits. We spoke about the red bell peppers. Let me tell you something else. A lot of dark green vegetables also have
Mhm.
vitamin C, like your broccoli. Cruciferous vegetables are wonderful. I know that's also very controversial. Your cauliflower is a good vegetable. Your broccoli is a good vegetable.
Mhm.
Dark green is good. It's rich in chlorophyll. Spinach is good, rich in vitamin C. A lot of
Mhm.
people don't know that spinach is rich in vitamin C and it tastes good. You don't want to overcook it though. People have a tendency to overcook spinach
Mhm.
because it's so easy to prepare. But when you overcook spinach or any other vegetable, overcook, you're going to lose some nutrient value. And that's what we don't want. That's what we don't want. We want to keep all the nutrients intact. Kiwi.
Mhm.
Kiwi is very good. Tastes good. It's green. It's pretty. And it's full of vitamin C. Absolutely. It has a lot of immune boosting properties. I'm going to tell you something else. And I know that this is a favorite for many people.
Mhm.
It's the wonderful navy bean. Did you
Mm-hmm.
know that? Did you know that not only does the navy bean have immune boosting properties, but it protects your cells from cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? Did you know that it is a powerful, powerful food? And not only is it fiber rich, so that's going to help people that are suffering from chronic constipation. It's going to help you move your bowels for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers that are concerned about their prostate, did you know that if you just consume 2 to 3 servings of navy beans a week, just 2 to 3, I didn't say every day, just
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 servings of navy beans per week, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to reduce the risk of prostate cancer by 60%. Six
Mm-hmm.
zero.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that wonderful? How
Wow.
nature takes care of you. And sisters, good news too. 2 to 3 servings of navy beans per week reduces the chances of breast cancer by 45%, almost half.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Make navy beans a staple in your diet. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that was the bean that Elijah Muhammad
Mm-hmm.
promoted heavily as the
Yes.
best bean that we can consume. Right?
Yeah.
So navy beans are great for that. Um, were there any questions or you want me to keep
Oh,
going? I can keep going now.
I mean, those that are just tuning in, we are here with Sister Malika Ali. And yes, please
Mhm.
write your questions carefully in the chat and write them clearly. I don't read chicken scratch. I don't read chicken chat. That's not, it doesn't help me to read that stuff. But let's start with one question because this is in regards to an elderly question. And they said, I'm gonna put it up right now. And the question
Mhm.
is, how would you care for the elderly at this time, especially in regards to the building of the immune system and all that? Please.
Oh, what a beautiful question. Who asked that question?
Delhi 103, Delhi 103, or
Delhi
Delay,
103.
Delay.
Delay 103.
Right.
Thank you for that beautiful question. Because we do need to be very mindful of the elderly population,
Yes.
okay? Especially during times like this. And what
Mm-hmm.
I will say is
Mm-hmm.
that we need to get more sunlight. A lot of our elderly, they stay in the home a lot, okay? Which I
Mm-hmm.
understand. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're in a position where you can visit your elderly family members and take
Mm-hmm.
them out to the park and get some of that vitamin D, that
Mm-hmm.
helps to strengthen the immune system. We need to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're a child, whether you're a full adult, whether you're elderly, our population, our community, collectively, we suffer from vitamin D deficiency. We
Mm-hmm.
do. And the moment we go to our PCP, they're going to say, don't worry about it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to prescribe you with a supplement, and you take this every day, and it's going to boost your vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
That is artificial. Your body is natural. So it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it says on paper. I'm here to tell you that the natural source of vitamin D is superior. That's what we need. We are tropical people, right? We
Mm-hmm.
need the sun. The sun is healing and it does strengthen the immune system. That's
Mm-hmm.
very important. That's very
Mm-hmm.
important. So do that with the elderly. Spend time with them. Give them love. They have
Mm-hmm.
wonderful stories to share.
Mm-hmm.
They're like
Mm-hmm.
walking history books.
Yeah.
Call them, visit them, send them a letter,
Yeah.
right? Because they're not online, most of them.
Right.
So spend quality time with them. That
Mm-hmm.
improves their affect, it improves their mood, it boosts their spirit.
Mm-hmm.
We need all of that for good health. You
That's right.
see? So
Mm-hmm.
taking care of them. I have a very good friend, and his name is Jamel Ali. He's a florist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he can attest to the fact, just like many people, that flowers are
Mm-hmm.
healing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Flowers are healing, right?
Right.
And
Right.
you can bring your loved ones some flowers. It's
Mm-hmm.
aromatherapeutic, it boosts the mood. See,
Mm-hmm.
when you're happy and you think positive, good thoughts, that
Mm-hmm.
strengthens the immune system. When
Mm-hmm.
you're in that mode of negative thinking or stinking thinking, as they like to call it, when
Mm-hmm.
you are constantly pessimistic, what does it do? It weakens your immune system. It
Mm-hmm.
does. It
Mm-hmm.
does. So we have to pray,
Mm-hmm.
we have to meditate, we have to surround ourselves with people that truly love us, you know. Get out of toxic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to break anybody up. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about toxic, abusive relationships. Dysfunction has been normalized in our community and
Mm-hmm.
it's making us sick
Mm-hmm.
physically and mentally. You want to talk about what breaks down the immune system? Arguing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That breaks down the immune system.
Mm-hmm.
That combative spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Find peace or find a new dwelling, okay? After you've exhausted all recourse. I am serious because it causes so much damage.
That's right.
It does. Your mental health and your physical health
Mm-hmm.
are paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Paramount. Anything that affects your mind in an adverse way is dangerous. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let me be clear. I'm not talking about the typical problems that you go through in your relationships. I'm not talking about that.
Right.
Conflict is inevitable from time to time. I'm talking about high levels of toxicity. I'm talking about abuse,
Right. Right.
physical, mental, emotional. If that has been ongoing
Mm-hmm.
within your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you need to do something about it. Your health comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
Wow. That I mean, the sister is giving some very good information. Remember to show her monetary love. Go to Zelle payment info
Oh,
Malika
wow.
Ali. And of course, her number is 718-600-9199. That's 600-9199. Her PayPal is Malika Ali at live.com. And her website for her products, some very good products. I ordered some products for her from her, my father, and it has helped him. He's still alive and well doing his thing. And of course, her website is www.malikaali.com. Her IG is Supreme Health Malika, and FB is Malika Ali. Another question has been posed, my dear sister, about what are panic attacks.
Okay,
This is one.
okay.
What panic attacks by Dele 103, and then we're gonna come down to Sheba. I'm coming to you next, Sheba Batista. Coming to you next, Sheba. Go ahead.
Okay. So this
Mhm.
is a great question, right? This is
Yes.
a mental health question.
Yes.
Okay. A panic attack is when you have an overreaction to something that you're heavily anticipating. And it's
Mm-hmm.
usually something that's negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we look at anxiety, anxiety is when a person is overly preoccupied with things that haven't even happened yet, right? It's when you are overly fixated with the future, worrying about the future.
Mm-hmm.
What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? Right? You anticipate problems that haven't even manifested and may not manifest. That's
Mm-hmm.
anxiety. Mhm. It's constant worry and it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And once that anxiety reaches a culminating point, you can have a panic attack if it gets
Mm-hmm.
that bad, you know? So, anxiety and depression, they're on the same spectrum. A lot
Okay.
of times they go hand in hand.
Right.
Many people that suffer from depression, sometimes they have bouts of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And depression is when you are overly fixated on the past. things that have already transpired that you haven't yet healed from, right?
Mm.
Depression. Anxiety is the other end of the spectrum.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just asked,
Yes.
how
Yes.
about postpartum depression, and what are some signs
Yeah.
of depression?
Yeah.
Some people ask, what are some signs
Okay.
of depression? Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Signs of depression.
Mm-hmm.
The indicator of depression between being sad and being depressed. Being
Mm-hmm.
sad is a natural emotion and it's very short lived, right? In comparison to depression.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a normal emotional reaction because let's say if your pet dies, all right, a natural reaction is to be sad about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through your period of sadness and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is a lot different. I know that depression is a term that is misused often.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is not necessarily contingent upon things that happen,
Mm-hmm.
although things that happen can perhaps trigger it. But a person that is truly majorly depressed, it doesn't matter whether something good is happening or something bad is happening. They feel down. They feel dejected. They feel defeated. They feel apathetic and hopeless,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what's happening. So that is a dis-ease. That's the difference. Sadness, a
Mm-hmm.
normal emotional reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is a mental dis-ease.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes,
and,
yes.
and someone asks how to release anxiety. How to release anxiety.
Ooh. I like how this conversation is shifting, right? We went from the physical health and the immune system. Now we're getting into mental health.
You
And
have
I
to,
love it
because
also.
a lot of people are suffering from it, especially during
Oh,
this
of course.
this
No,
year.
no, no.
Yes,
You
yes.
are preaching to the choir, beloved. Depression is at an all-time high.
Yes.
Suicidal ideation is at an all-time high. Now,
Yeah.
how do we release anxiety? How
Mm-hmm.
do we manage anxiety? How do we cope with anxiety?
Mm.
The clinical approach deals with the causation.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this coming from? What are you anxious about?
Mm-hmm.
And we challenge that. We challenge that by way of cognitive behavioral therapy.
Mm-hmm.
What do I mean when I say we challenge it? I'm talking about the thoughts that
Mm-hmm.
precede the anxiety. Are these rational thoughts? Are they valid thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or is it somewhat of an exaggeration in our minds?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Are we overreacting? In some cases, we really are. Some cases, maybe not. But this is the beauty of therapy because we're able to process. So even if you're not in therapy, let's say, and you're suffering from anxiety, you need to get a support system. Garner people that you can trust, that you can confide in. Talk
Mm-hmm.
about your emotional stressors. Talk
Mm-hmm.
about what you are anxious about. And be mindful of your diet.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar, again, it causes that hyperactive
Mm-hmm.
reaction in the body. It overstimulates you. It literally makes you anxious. You may not even realize that it's all that sugar, all that caffeine. You
Mm-hmm.
see? So you have to look at the diet. Breathing techniques help with anxiety. Do some deep breathing. Take a moment because, see, here's the thing when you are feeling anxious,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you may not have someone that you can talk to. I'm aware of that too, right? Because I work with people that really
Mm-hmm.
don't have an emotional support system. Okay. So if you happen to be a person that's perhaps more reclusive and they don't have a circle of friends or family members that they can confide in, here's what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling anxious. What you want to do is you want to try to get some privacy. Go in your bedroom, go in room where it's just yourself. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to allow yourself to feel that anxiety. The heightened state of anxiety is going to last about maybe 20 minutes or so. And then it starts to abate.
Mm-hmm.
It starts to abate at that point. So sometimes it's a matter of just allowing your mind to go through those motions and talk your way through it. Talk
Mm-hmm.
your way through it. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge that you're feeling anxious. Acknowledge the reason why and console yourself in that moment. So you're
Mm-hmm.
going to ride that wave. It's going to hit the culminating point. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
talk your way through it. And then guess what? You're going to feel that anxiety gradually abate. And then
Mm-hmm.
you're going to stabilize and you're going to feel better. Then you can go into your meditation, you can go into your prayer, aromatherapy. My sister Denise Renee Muhammad, she has
Yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
essential oils that you can use that helps with anxiety, lavender oil, valerian root. I have a wonderful formula called chill therapy that
Mm-hmm.
helps with anxiety. It has
Mm-hmm.
valerian and lavender
Mm-hmm.
and all of these wonderful herbs that help to naturally relieve anxiety. So
Right.
we can do this, beloved. We
That's right.
can do this because I'm going to tell you something. The herbs, in many instances, are
Mm-hmm.
more powerful than the psychotropic drugs. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to tell you. And you don't have to worry about side effects. You don't have to worry about the risk of becoming addicted or
Mm-hmm.
chemically dependent. You
Mm-hmm.
see? That's
Mm-hmm.
what we don't want to do. We want to explore wellness alternatives that are totally natural.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. And that very good, my sister. Very articulate, very great. Great explanation. How
Oh, well,
do
thank you. All
somebody
praises due to Allah.
Tina King just asked, how do I incorporate plant-based eating with teenagers? Coming to you.
Mm, make
Hmm.
it fun. Make it
Exactly.
fun. Yes, make it fun. I'm all about, you know, creating a plant-based diet that's eclectic, that's exciting. You want to not only make it tantalizing to your taste buds, but you want to make sure that it's visually appealing. Teenagers love color and they love fun. And I'm going to tell you something, right?
Hmm.
Switching to a plant-based diet nowadays is so much easier than what it was decades ago when I did it and other people did it, right? Because now they have a lot of fun options. Now, some of it too processed, you want to stay away, right? But they have a lot of wonderful vegetable-based products that are wholesome that you can incorporate in your diet and make it more appealing for young people.
Hmm.
And they'll like it. They really will. Especially if you're consistent and get them involved. You see, if you prepare it for them, they may not be as eager. It all depends, right? But if you get them involved in the kitchen, now it becomes a product of something they created, and they're going to be more likely to eat it. They're going to be more enthusiastic about eating it because they made it. You see,
Hmm.
hard to
Hmm.
reject something that you made.
Right.
Yes, yes.
So,
Is that my sister, Quadira?
you see,
I love her. I love Sister Quadira. Yes. Okay. Um, her question: how do you know if you need mental health help? Oh, beloved, that's a great question. That's a great question. You want to pay attention to your behavior. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to your behavior patterns. If you're noticing any drastic changes of behavior, now sometimes it starts off pretty subtle, okay?
hmm.
So it might not be so easy to identify in the beginning. But normally it's going to get to the point where it's kind of obvious that something is just not right. So a lot of times when we're depressed or we're too stressed out, sometimes we will oversleep, don't want to get out of the bed, just want to kind of hide under the covers and not deal with reality.
Mm-hmm.
We might start overeating. Emotional eating is very big over emotions because we don't want to deal with it. It's hard to deal with it. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard. It's hard. Listen, come on. Can we be honest? I mean, like when I say honest, I mean 100% forthright and transparent. This is a wicked world that we're in. It's a
Mm-hmm.
wicked world, and it's designed to take the life out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to make you depressed. It's designed to make you suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
We face a lot of adversity being righteous, natural people because this world is everything but that. So we're constantly facing opposition, and that's taxing. So this is why you have to do what is necessary to maintain your spiritual wellness, whatever that may be, whatever your spiritual convictions are, whatever your belief system is, hold on to it. Hold on to it for dear life. Pray and meditate. Read the books. Self-help books are really good. Spiritual books are really good for you. Feed your mind and your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice that you're dejected, that you don't have any enthusiasm to go out, red flag, make mental note that you're changing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you notice that you're having far more sad days than not, it's
Mm-hmm.
probably not sadness. Again, it's probably depression.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So be observant. Be observant. It's okay to self evaluate. We should do that. Pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to what you're eating because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. When you're eating these concentrated processed foods,
Mm-hmm.
it causes depression, depresses your system. Alcohol does that. Alcohol compromises the immune system. They don't tell us that. They
Yeah.
don't tell us that, right? So we drink because we want that euphoria. We
Yeah.
want that escape from this wickedness. Like, I get it. I get it. We're trying to self medicate. But in actuality, when you intoxicate in an effort to self medicate, you are
Mm-hmm.
putting poison in your body and you're compromising your immune system, which is going to make you sick, which is going to make you depressed, beloved. We can't run from life. We can't run from it. We have to establish a heaven right here in this reality. It's the only reality we know. It's the
Right.
only reality we know.
That's right.
We have to create our own heaven, a little microcosm
Mm-hmm.
of wellness and happiness and love. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the answer to that question is to be observant,
Mm-hmm.
be mindful of your diet, be very mindful of your diet.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Two more questions, and then that's it. Big up to Ella
Yes.
Samori. She's on the line.
So I
Big up.
don't know. Did you want me to go back to the remedies?
But we
Okay.
got two more questions. We got two more questions. How to how,
Magella!
Magellan is in the building, yeah. How how to handle migraines and vertigo is,
Okay.
and then the other
Oh,
question, the
my
last question,
sister
the last
Magella
question.
is here. Love you, Sister Magella. Mm. Okay.
Did you get the question? You good?
The last question is, I'm sorry. I think
You
there's a
got
delay. I
the
didn't
one
hear
I
you,
had.
beloved.
There's a delay. How to handle
I didn't
migraines
hear
and
you. Can
vertigo.
you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, I can. I can. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Me?
Hold on. Yes, I can. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
No, you, you, the connection went out for a second. I couldn't
Yeah. Yes.
hear anything that you said. I heard one question
Okay.
about migraines.
Migraine.
Mm-hmm.
Migraine. Yes. Migraine and vertigo. And vertigo. You all right? We're having a delay.
You can? Okay. Okay. I can hear you, but
Okay.
it's a little choppy,
Go
but
ahead.
we're gonna work with it. But I think I can hear you for the most part.
Go
Okay.
ahead. No. Did you get the last question? Did you get the last question? It was about
Uh-oh.
migraine and vertigo. Uh-oh. My sister. Did you get the last questions?
Sure what happened.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, you're
That's the
back.
right.
Okay.
Right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right, we're back. I think I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? But I can hear you.
Yeah, I can. Yes.
No good.
Yes. Do you see the
Okay.
question?
We're good now? Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. All right, wonderful. So the vertigo. All right. I heard the question. I heard the question. It was about vertigo. It deals with when you kind of feel like you're moving compromised. Okay. So we need to regain balance. We need to regain balance. So again, first step, always look at the diet. Are we consuming foods that cause imbalance? Right? Processed foods are not properly balanced. They're not. That's why they cause a myriad of different adverse conditions because they are not the chief architect. They don't know how to put foods together properly because if they did, these foods would not be compromising our health in the way that they do. So we want to look at the diet. We want to make sure that we're eating whole plant foods. One of the, and I hope you all can hear me because I think King Simon's connection went out. Hopefully he'll be back. Okay, there you go. Um, so I was explaining how, the diet is imperative when it comes to conditions such as vertigo. And that applies to all ailments, right? First step is always to look at your diet. Also, you can take certain herbs that are going to improve your balance. Ginkgo biloba is very, very helpful for that. Ginkgo biloba is one of my favorites because it's conducive to mental clarity. It's conducive to improving your memory, right? So some of us that have a very poor memory, you want to get ginkgo biloba and you want to drink that about at least 4 to 5 times a week. Be consistent. Herbs do work. Some of us are a little impatient with herbs, and it's not your fault. I understand where that comes from. The impatience comes from the fact that we're used to allopathic medicine. Allopathic medicine typically has an immediate response, not an immediate cure, an immediate response. And that's what we're kind of used to. So a lot of times, some people may take an herbal concoction and they're expecting immediate results. And don't get me wrong, it is having an effect, right? But the course of healing is over a period of time. So you want to be consistent. You want to do it for, a few weeks, a month, and then you're really going to notice the cognitive improvement. You're going to do the herbs with the diet. Take the herbs, but don't continue to eat the same foods that cause the ailment to begin with. That's what some people do. And then they say, oh, the herbs don't work. Well, no, 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 no. It's not that the herbs don't work. The herbs always work. The question is, are you still continuing with those same habits that caused the illness to begin with? So healing is, again, multidimensional, it's multifaceted because we're multifaceted. So there's no such thing as, oh, well, I'll just drink this and I'll continue to live a toxic lifestyle and everything will be good. That's not how it works. We need to have a holistic approach to our healing. hmm And what was the other question?
The other one, the other one was about adding eucalyptus, I believe. Hold on one second. Let me find that quote. The last question is, how do you feel about adding in eucalyptus into immunity boosting capsules, elderberry, and eucalyptus, and is what used to create my immunity capsules? What do you think about that? That's your answer. What you think about, of course, elderberry and eucalyptus?
Okay, so elderberry is super popular right now, and I'm excited about it. Why? I'll tell you something. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Elderberry is super rich with vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
Elderberry helps with colds, flus, migraine. I think someone asked a question about migraines, right?
Yeah. Right.
Elderberry helps with that. Let me show you all something. I have something beautiful to show you all. Here we go. Can you all see that? This is called Malika's Mucus Buster. And this when we're talking about immune system building, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Mucus Buster has elderberry, organic elderberries. It also has echinacea. It also has lemongrass and astragalus and chamomile. This is an absolute perfect blend. It has a perfect synergy, and it is specifically proportioned in such a way where you are going to gain maximum benefit. So you can only get it from me, Malikah Ali. You go to malikaali.com and you place an order for this, and you are going to start to improve your health. You're not going to just do the formula by itself. You're going to work on the diet as well. Eucalyptus, I love eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is good for respiratory disorders too. Those that are suffering from asthma, bronchitis, any type of respiratory disorder, eucalyptus, peppermint oil, spearmint, these are great options for that. There's another big issue that I did not get to, and I know we're running short on time, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention to my beloved family that smoking compromises your immune system drastically.
Yeah.
Drastically. Okay? I know how we feel, but listen, let me tell you something. Smoke does not belong in your lungs. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is, right? And it's okay, you may not agree with your sister, but you know what? Science agrees with me on this one. It does. It does. You can visit, let me see here. Do I have it? Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, I do have it. Get African Holistic Health by Dr. Afrika. He goes into it heavily,
Yeah.
in depth,
Yep.
about what those smoking compounds do to your respiratory system and how it weakens the immune system. And smoking, let me tell you something. I have so many clients, right, who are battling with nicotine addiction. And they will tell you, many people will tell you that nicotine addiction is one of the hardest addictions to overcome. They say it can even be more difficult than heroin. Okay. Nicotine addiction is serious. Now, let me tell you something. Here's the irony. And I've done this countless times. All praises due to Allah. All praises due to Allah. I have helped people kick nicotine addiction. You want to know why? Here's why. If you can go 3 days, 1, 2, 3. See how simple that is? If you can go 3 days without smoking a cigarette, your body is over the physiological addiction of nicotine. It's done. It only takes 3 days of abstinence, and your body is no longer craving it. I promise you. You know what's so hard about the nicotine addiction? This right here. This. It's the psychological addiction. It's the emotional affinity that you have for cigarettes. That's what makes it difficult. That oral fixation. You're in the habit of having one after coffee, having one after a big meal, having one after intercourse, right? But see, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something. If you work with me or you work with another qualified holistic health practitioner, I promise you can do what you thought that you couldn't do. I promise you. Try it on your own even. Just take it 1 day at a time. If you can put together 3 days of nicotine abstinence, it's all up here at this point. You're going to have to retrain your mind. How do you do that? How do you do that, Malika? How do you do that? You can replace it with something healthy. You want to stay mentally preoccupied with good things, right? You want to change your diet. Eat plants. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. You addicted to cocaine? Listen, I have people that call me. They say, Ali, this cocaine is so hard for me to stop.
Wow.
Give up the sugar. Give up the other stimulants, right? Cocaine and sugar, molecularly identical. Give up the other cocaine at a time with that cocaine. Listen, if you're hooked on dope, any kind of dope, I want you to call me. I want you to call me because there are a lot of people suffering from chemical dependency, and because they feel so much guilt and shame, they don't know where to turn. They're burning bridges. Their family doesn't trust them. They're losing their job. Their life is becoming unmanageable because of chemical dependency. Listen, it doesn't have to get that bad. And if it has already gotten that bad, you call me. You call me. I don't care what time it is, right? Because we can come up with a relapse prevention plan to get you on track, to get your life back. Listen, we are not in the hour to be getting high and drinking. No, that is canceled. They say this is cancel culture. Let's cancel dope. Let's cancel cocaine. Let's cancel all of these intoxicants that are not only breaking down our immune system, it's breaking down our mental health, it's breaking down the relationships that we have with our significant other, with our children, and above all else, with our God.
Right.
It's compromising our relationship with our God. And that's serious. That's crucial. So please, family, if you're struggling in those areas, send me an email, call me. It's confidential. I'm licensed in the state of New York. I uphold the HIPAA law to the fullest. But even aside from that, ethically, my word is my bond. And your clinical information is totally confidential. Okay?
Right.
Any other questions?
No, my sister, I want to give you a well-deserved round of applause. Great job, great job, great job, great job, great job, great job, great job.
Thank you.
I pay my audience to clap, so I know I got a paid audience. And
Yes,
thank
yes.
you very much. Once again, family, make sure you show the sister some monetary love. Zelle payment, Malikah Ali. Her number for consultation for business is 718-600-9199. That's 718-600-9199. PayPal, Malikah Ali at live.com. Use that email. Website for those beautiful products that she has. Multiple types of products she has on there, from every little thing you need.
Yes.
www.malikaali.com. Hit her up on IG at Supreme Health Malika and on Facebook at Malikah Ali. Malika, thank you very much for being a part of this King Simon
Thank
Presents.
you. Thank you for having me. I love you all. Wellness wins today.
Right.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You
Yes,
be
wellness
safe.
wins. Yes.
And
All right, peace and love.
peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yes.
That's our sister.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sis.
Yes.
That's it. That's our sister. We want to give her enough respect. Love. Thank you. Once again, my love. Go to Zelle payment. That's right. She does Zelle payment. Info is Malikah Ali. And she's part of the Ali family. Shahrazad Ali, Zaza Ali, Muhammad Ali, Llaila Ali. Ali means the exalted one. So, enough respect to the Ali family in spirit and in physicality. Malikah Ali, 718-600-9199. 718-600-9199. PayPal. You can send a PayPal love at Malikah Ali at live.com if you're around the world somewhere across the earth, somewhere across the pond. Also, her website for products is www.malikaali.com. And for IG, hit her up. If you want to hit her up on Instagram, that's Supreme Health Malika. And on Facebook, that's Malikah Ali. She does Facebook Live. Sometimes she does Instagram Live. Sometimes there's enough respect to her and what she's doing, how she does. And I love that sister immensely. So always welcome her and her daughter. Always welcome on my station as vendors, whatever they're doing. They're always welcome to promote, just like many other people that I brought on here. Enough respect to them. Big up to Ella that was up here earlier. She was also showing us some love to her sister Malika, who both of them graduated Dr. Llaila Afrika. And once again, family, if you want to take my numeration classes, I got numeration class coming in, intro class to numeration. You want to welcome to, but I look at numbers from a holistic perspective, and I employ that people learn the science of numerology from a holistic perspective, because Dr. Afrika is one that also told me that I should look at it from a holistic perspective. And as you can go to King Simon, don't go to King Simon Productions.eventbrite.com right now. Go to it on August the 10th. I'll have it all up there. It will be an online class. It's an online one-day class. It's going to go from 1 to 4 p.m. on August the 30th. I believe that's Sunday, August the 30th. It may go longer than that, depending on the Q&A. Of course, this previous program, of course, I'm just letting people know that all my programs have content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advice, okay? I do that only just because of the safety of respecting maybe my sponsors are not all vegan or not all this or not that. Also, it's to cover your backside. Pause. Cover your backside. Pause. Just in case, things on YouTube and other platforms, we want to make sure everything is right and exact. That's why our content disclaimer is very important for those that are broadcasting. And I've been broadcasting on radio and television since the late 80s into the early 90s. So I've been doing this for quite a while. So I'm not new to this. I am true to this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Over 25 years, I've been doing promotion and production. So it is what it is. I want to shout and acknowledge some of my sponsors. Once again, I want to shout out pedalwise.com. He's one of my sponsors. And if you want to show or use my coupon code and save 10%, please go to www.pedalwise.com. That's www.pedalwise.com. She used African herbs. She used indigenous herbs all around the world, and she used Chinese herbs to help facilitate healing in the body. So make sure you show her respect. That's pedalwise.com, and the coupon code is King 2020. That's King 2020 is the code. So make sure you go to that website, www.pedalwise.com. Once again, also for real estate needs, if you want to find out more about real estate or buying property in New York or throughout the tri-state area, whether it's in Jersey or Connecticut or New York City, contact this sister. I know she had called me from New Jersey. She was showing some houses and some apartments out there. 347-866-1156, 1153. That's 347-866-1153. Her name is Janelle Lewis, very beautiful sister from out of TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, and her family is here in America. And she's a licensed real estate sales person. She can show you how to build your credit and what you need to do in order for you to get that property or that first property or that commercial property you might want to buy. If you want to do a new motivation session with me, you're more than welcome to text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. I am honored to help and serve the community. And remember, numerology is applied mathematics, and if you use these mathematics to help guide you, supreme mathematics, applied mathematics, all mathematics are helpful if you know how to use it, whether it's from an abstract level or esoteric or internal level. Numerology can help you because numerology only means the study of numbers. Numerology, the study of numbers. Like any other ology, that's always the study of numbers. And remember, my books are available on Amazon and Kindle. That's how numbers are simple, people are complicated. And the other one is numbers are simple, our children's health is important. And the other one is no promotion is bad promotion, all publicity is good publicity, just spell my name right. And all these books are published and published by the late great Dr. Afrika's wife. So as you support me, you continue to support them. But in the description bar of this video, I always have Dr. Afrika's contact, the Cash App, the email, the school, the classes. He still has classes online. If you want to learn from Dr. Afrika, you can still go online and actually go to the online classes. And his wife does answer questions via the email if you want to get questions asked. She is operational. She has all the products still there. All the integrity is still there. Everything is still, because it's a family business. A family is business. Enough respect to her all the time. And once again, please subscribe. Click on the bell so you can be notified. Remember, Dr. Baruti is coming up next. Dr. Baruti and his wife, Empress Ya, will be here next week. This Wednesday coming up. Next Wednesday, they're coming up right here on King Simon Presents, July 29th at 7 p.m. Same King Simon time, same King Simon channel, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Baba Walimu Baruti and his beautiful Empress Ya Baruti, founder of the Okobin Institute, celebrating 20 years of their institute doing what they're doing. And don't forget, on August the 2nd, we have Adika Butler, author and journalist of a great book, Treasure of the Darkness, Treasure of the Dark. Let me make sure I have that. I don't want to make sure that Treasures of Darkness. That's right, it's called Treasures of Darkness. Enough respect to Adika Butler, who will be here on the stage with me. And don't forget, pre-order your new book, The New Motivation for Mental Stability, dedicated to those that are suffering from mental health or family members that you might have that are suffering from any type of mental health, and how to recognize it through using the numbers. Price is only $40.40, and it includes shipping and handling. Remember, paypal.me/the Numerology. That's the Numerology. And please include your full name and mailing address to the PayPal note section, and it will be sent to you by September, and it will be out and about. Just to make sure everything is clear and make sure everything goes well. Once again, I want to definitely shout out once again Malika Ali, our website, www.malikaali.com. That's www.malikaali.com. And sounded like red alert now. Please like, share, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube. And remember, I have a Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/King Simon Productions and KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. And numbers are simple.com. What a beautiful evening we have had. I want to leave out with this prayer from Dr. Delbert Blair. We'll leave out with this prayer from Dr. Delbert Blair. I want everybody to join with me because what Dr. Delbert Blair shared with his Meta Center and he shared with all of us is so important. So let's all of us say it. All that is left on YouTube, all that is left on Instagram, on Twitter, all that is left on Facebook, on King Simon Presents and King Simon Production and King Simon. We're going to say this prayer and leave out with this universal prayer. This is called, please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Let's say it again one more time. 3, 2, 1. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. That prayer was created by Dr. Blair, and he wanted his Meta Center to actually say it at 12 o'clock every Tuesday. And our dear brother, Dr. Blair, was a great brother. I respected him immensely. I was the last to bring him into New York for lectures and meditations and all that. And he used to do a meditation called the Golden Sun Meditation. He used to do a meditation where you can actually hear your bloodstream and hear your heartbeat and hear the frequency that we was created on. And I still hear those frequencies that I was created on. But you got to silence the mind. You got to silence it. And then you'll hear that particular frequency that you was created on. And Dr. Blair shared that with us in meditation. So enough respect to the very essence of Dr. Delbert Blair. And big up to Tony, Brother Tony, and all of them that are keeping it strong. You can go to their website. That's the metacenter2.com. Let me put that up so everybody can get that. If you want to contact or buy products from Dr. Blair's site, his books are also on sale. Meta Center 2, the number 2.com. I'm gonna put that up right now so everybody can get it. That's Dr. Blair's website. The Meta Center 2.com. The Meta Center 2.com. If you want to buy Dr. Blair's book, I believe he has 3 or 4 books up there that he left before he passed on. And he has the diodes are still there and certain things that can help lessen the frequency of your phone and all that. The metacenter2.com. Dr. Blair's website. If you want to continue to support his legacy, please do so. And please show respect to Tony and all the rest of them, all the staff. We had Dr. Delbert Blair, and and that's, like I said, that is his website. And Dr. Blair, if you want to find out more about him, you can go to his YouTube channel. Also, go to his YouTube. Well, you can go to YouTube and actually Google up Dr. Delbert Blair, or go to his website, www.themetacenter2.com, and you can get his books and his information, his last words in his books, and all the information you got. I love that brother. It's like I love Dr. Afrika and Dr. Sabi, all the very great ones. I put all of their websites in my new book. Also, I put everybody. I got a little holistic directory in there. I put everybody, Malika, everybody's website in there. So it's a beautiful thing to have enjoyed all of those great elders that I've worked with and the ones that I'm still working with, and all the young ones that are coming up. With respect to all of you. I want to thank everybody that tuned in on Twitter, King Simon Prod. I want to thank everybody that tuned in on Facebook, King Simon Productions and King Simon. I want to thank everybody that tuned in on YouTube. I'll leave you with my song once again. black and white story because it's about our history, telling our narrative, and showing respect to our culture and our history on all multiple levels. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. As Mosiah Garvey says, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. One love, one aim, one destiny. Regardless of land, label, language, there's but one God. Like Dr. Khalid used to say, there's but one God. See y'all later. Take care. Stay at peace. Hotep. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Irie. Whatever you call yourself. Islam. Whatever you believe in. Whatever you know. Respect to you all the time. Peace. That's my song. Black and White Story. It will be a children's book soon. Peace.
So we have to analyze it. Tell you a little something about what is to me. How they can them out to outfly the real. We want that and very ugly. I lie them are telling us them is speak of black. What are them a be? They come up at the mountains and mix up with it. We go my friends in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black. It's white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black. It's white. But let me tell the story. I will tell you the truth about the black history. The people who can hear and those who can see will be first to come up with anatomy. Analyze the truth about things. We must be first to come up with biology. Analyze the life in the society. We will be first to come up with Egyptology. Construct the pyramids that you see when we first to come up with psychology. Analyze the in the facility where we first to come up with allergy. The rhythm of the soul and every rock step each correction. My friends, with the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, it's white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white. But let me tell the story. The white story in a mind. So we have to analyze it. Black and white story in a mind. In a mind. We have. Black and white story in a mind. Say we have to analyze it. I will tell you a little something about white history. Say all the time they must throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them and tell enough of them is history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. They come out of the mountains and mix up the sea. There we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, it's white. But let we tell the story. Yes, it's black. It's white, but let me tell the story. I will tell you a little truth about the black history. So the people who can hear and those who can see. But the first to come up with anatomy. Yeah, the analyze the truth about the way, but you and the first to come up with biology. The analyze the life in our society. Where the first to come up with Egyptology. Yeah, to construct the pyramids that you see. Where the first to come up with psychology, the analyze the mind in the vicinity where the first to come up with music and logic. To put the rhythm of your soul and every rock